is very broad and it is a need of time. The reason is that we used to say that chemical engineering is mother of all disciplines. And trust me, this particular word is having a meaning. The reason is that you cannot overlook importance of chemical engineering. The reason is that if you start your day, again a chemical engineering product will come into your hand. And if you go to bed, then definitely without any chemical engineering product you can't go to sleep. There are so many things. The versatile, it's a very versatile field. My friends in electrical engineering used to say, no, the electrical engineering, the mechanical engineering, these are the mother of discipline. No. See, if you just take an example of a wire, it is coated with a chemical engineering product. So there are so many things, and the chemical engineering field is so versatile. Now see, one statistical information was given by Professor Singh that almost 152 papers they came to this particular conference, and out of this 52 poster presentations, etc. That shows the popularity of this one. So when we talk about all those things related to the chemical engineering, whether say Professor Gupta, he talked about the things related to agriculture plus biotechnology, other things. So again, the chemical engineering input is there. That's why this particular field is extremely versatile. So when this particular field is versatile, then definitely can't overlook the importance of innovation and sustainability. Remember, when we talk about innovation and sustainability, always 3 E's come into our mind. One is energy, second is environment, and third one is economics. Trust me, without economics, no process can be sustained. Nowadays, everywhere we talk about, say, one example is that when today morning I went to this Taj Mahal. Our person, they showed that this entire area is battery operated. And everywhere, even if you talk about the government initiative, everywhere talk about the e-vehicles. Right? They are gaining more and more impetus nowadays towards these e-vehicles because they are less pollution. They usually create less pollution. Again, you may have a debate that why I'm saying less pollution. People will say, okay sir, they are almost emission free. But when you put forward for the charging of those vehicles, because the law of energy conservation, somewhere you are producing energy or electricity, right? Again, the energy, that particular part is I'm not touching up because this is again a chemical engineering product. Now, why I'm saying that this chemical engineering field is full of opportunities, just think about the recycling or reusability of all those e-vehicles, etc. We always talk about e-vehicle, but nobody talks about how we can treat all those discarded lithium-ion batteries. No one. So, the chemical engineering field is full of opportunity, innovation. Go for new and new product, even lithium-ion battery. You know that the lithium-ion battery was invented by one chemical engineer. So, trust me, even in the red color seat you are sitting, and definitely it's a chemical engineering product. So, especially my message to those young budding chemical engineers that just try to grab the opportunity. It's a full of opportunity. This particular field is full of opportunity. See, way back, if you go to the Mahabharata era, there was no electricity, but again the chemical engineering product was there. So, when we are having a very rich history, when we are having a very rich sustainability about the different products, go for all 3 E's. See, we always talk about the treatment of all kind of waste stream by one of the themes like environmental engineering. No one talks about the upstream process. We always talk about the downstream process. Go for those processes through innovation which can produce less hazardous substance to the environment. When we talk about the sustainability, then always go for the process which is having the feasibility in all respect. So give a brainstorming to your ideas. When we talk about the millions and millions of the product, then definitely this particular field is full of opportunity. So that's why I thank the organizers that they brainstormed in this particular aspect of chemical engineering, and they clubbed the entire thing like innovation, sustainability, environment. These three are the buzzwords nowadays. So especially those who are the young chemical engineers, give a thought when you go back to your respective places, give a thought and try to grab the opportunity. And trust me, all opportunities are lying across you. Only thing is that you have to see with the open eyes, and you have to think with out of box thinking. Thank you very much. And the theme of this particular conference is very broad, and it is a need of time. The reason is that we used to say that chemical engineering is mother of all disciplines. And trust me, this particular word is having a meaning. The reason is that you cannot overlook importance of chemical engineering. The reason is that if you start your day, again a chemical engineering product will come into your hand. And if you go to bed, then definitely without any chemical engineering product you can't go to sleep. There are so many things. The versatile, it's a very versatile field. My friends in electrical engineering used to say, no, the electrical engineering, the mechanical engineering, these are the mother of discipline. No. See, if just take an example of wire, it is coated with a chemical engineering product. So there are so many things, and the chemical engineering field is so versatile. Now see, one statistical information was given by Professor Singh that almost 152 papers they came to this particular conference, and out of this